Hey, Dad, some of us haven't had a great person to teach us how to be a dad. And I know that a lot of you that are reading or watching this didn't have that good example of being a dad. And I want you to know I'm here for you. I had a really great example for a dad. He passed away when I was 26 years old, and I got to be a dad shortly after. And his impact and his teachings for me trickled right down into my boys. And I absolutely love my sons and would do anything for them, including letting them fail and being there to pick them up afterwards. That was a lesson that my dad taught me that was really big, and he was willing to let me fail so that I could experience some things. And he was there to pick me up when it did. Being a dad is difficult. It's hard. We have times that we don't understand, maybe don't want to understand. There's challenges that you're going to face as a dad that are not going to be fun. Your kids are going to get into all different kinds of things. And how do you respond when your son or your daughter does something that you definitely don't agree with? Do you go in the room and yell at them? Or do you go in the room and sit down and calmly explain why you disagree with what they're doing? And then, here's the biggest thing, Dad. You let them know you love them, despite anything they could ever do. And I'll tell you, that one lesson that was brought down from my dad to me has probably been the most important lesson of me being a dad to my boys. Is that those boys know that no matter what they do, that their dad will love them unconditionally. And they know it. And they believe it because I've showed it to them. And Dad, you will have opportunities to do that through times where it feels like you're failing. And here's the neat part, Dad. You're not a failure. And you're not even failing your kids. It may feel like you are. But when your kids are, say, up to 10, 11 years old, maybe even 12, they idolize you. They look to you for every part of life. There's a phase where kids will go from wanting to be around mom to wanting to be around dad. And it's not so much, the girls will tend to gravitate towards mom as they get older. Maybe sometimes dad. But let me tell you this. The young boys, when they start to be teenagers, will start making that switch to their dad. Because their dad is what teaches them what the world is like. Maybe in what he does and what he says. And as it relates to God and how we are, we worship God in spirit and we worship in the spirit and truth. But many times we are the only father those kids see. And how we teach them in their life is how they will respond to God the Father above. You know, when my dad passed away, the only father I had left was my Heavenly Father. And He's always with me. He sent His Son, Jesus Christ, to die on the cross for my sins. Something I did not deserve, and I will never, ever do enough to deserve it. It was a complete sacrifice for me. And He did that for you too. And literally, it's only to believe in Jesus Christ and what He did for us on the cross is what it takes to be saved. To know that we are His child. And when my dad passed away, I was 26 years old. And my Heavenly Father was the only father I had left. But He was my father. And He can be your father also. And I just want you to know that you are important. And you are absolutely worth my time. Because you matter. Your life matters. And so does your kids. And by reaching you, hopefully, I can help you reach your kids. And you can reach their kids. And those kids can reach their kids. And that's how generational time with Dad starts. I'm Trapper. Real name's Joshua Jones, but most people call me Trapper. And I'm with tripwithdad.com. Complete nonprofit, absolutely 100% free to any dad to use any resource ever to be able to gain and know how to spend that intentional time with your kids. It can be a fishing trip because that's what I teach, because that's my passion. But it can be any kind of trip. It can be any time of intentional time separate from your phone, separate from the world, just you and your son or daughter or sons and daughters. And the little things that happen, the moments, the small moments, will be some of the biggest moments ever in your life. Because every trip or every moment tells a story.